reaction farmers, bridge dwellers, and the seeds they never meant to plant. Now, have you ever run into what some call a reaction farmer on your social media posts? Yes, that is an actual term, and honestly, it's a very clever one. It's one that I wish I created because, well, like I said, it's really good. Anyway, what is a reaction farmer? Well, a reaction farmer is someone who plants inflammatory comments to harvest angry replies, right? Whoever coined it deserves applause because the description, well, it is perfect. Now, these folks aren't looking for truth. No, they're hoping to provoke emotion, negative emotion, that is. They don't want discussion, they want reaction. Now, Oscar Wilde is attributed with this wisdom: don't feed the trolls. Nothing fuels them so much. Wilde captured the very soil these reaction farmers thrive in: attention. They sow weeds and hope we will water them with our outrage, feeling offended, hurt, angry. But without that reaction, the reaction farmer loses their crop and must find other soil to plant their seeds of agitation. Now, another title I ran across was equally amusing: Provocation Pixie. That's someone tiny but irritating, whose purpose is simply to annoy the one commenting to, and annoy anyone passing by. Now, the internet has endless creativity in naming foolishness, and it has an endless supply of fools too, or so it would seem. But behind the humor is a real question. Have you met these people? Anyone who has spent more than a few seconds on social media has, I'm sure. And I have too. But here's where things take a beautiful turn. My reaction farmer has unintentionally helped me spark ideas for a new book and stirred up content for new podcast episodes, blogs, social media posts, and research paths I may never have walked down otherwise. Their comments have helped shape material that I hope they eventually read, because maybe, just maybe, the questions and, musty assertions they toss out as mockery are actually the questions their soul is whispering. What if I'm wrong? What if the truth exists? What if life does have a purpose? What if my worldview cannot support it so? If that's the case, then I'm grateful they keep coming back, because if someone truly didn't care, didn't wonder, didn't feel the pull of truth, they'd simply scroll on by. I mean, it's not political, right? Well, unless, of course, they really do enjoy living like one of those old-fashioned bridge dwellers people jokingly refer to. Creatures hiding in the shadows who only emerge to holler at travelers passing overhead, right? Now, I stumbled across this quote, and I think it fits perfectly here. Neil Stephenson once warned, "Arguing with anonymous strangers on the internet is a sucker's game." Really, even if they aren't anonymous, it still can be a sucker's game, right? But even so, God has a remarkable habit of using what was meant for harm to produce good. Genesis 50:20 tells us, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good, to accomplish what is now being done." Yeah. And that's exactly what is happening. God is using this reaction farmer's own seeds to grow a plentiful crop of positivity, hope, and life in others. Now, my reaction farmer's words have helped inspire new messages, has stirred curiosity in others viewing the thread. It has opened doors for conversations about Jesus, yes, and it has helped bring people to salvation. And best of all, they've landed themselves on multiple prayer lists. Yes, they have. That genuinely makes me smile. By repeatedly commenting negatively, attacking belief, and posting insults, they have accidentally recruited prayer warriors they never asked for. Their own actions have placed them on altars of intercession they don't even know exist. That's incredible. I think it's incredible. Another thing I find interesting in these situations is that tolerance, which was a pillar of argument for so many, was so quickly and easily destroyed by the willful act of intolerance. But is that true? Let's take a quick look at tolerance, shall we? Now, the new tolerance and the old truth we live in strange world, while my pages are public and consistent effort this person makes to chase down every post, hunt for every Christian topic, and repeatedly insult faith in God, it reveals something deeper than disagreement. We talk about tolerance today as if it means you must agree with everything I say or you're hateful, bigoted, phobic. But again, that is a fool's errand. It is only achievable if everyone has no foundational base which to stand on for their lives. No values, no standards, no morals, no truth. Even then, it is impossible, because when that person doesn't agree with you, as in this case with the reaction farmer, then that person has now taken the very crown of intolerance they project on others. Josh McDowell explained that modern tolerance now means every worldview, belief, lifestyle, and truth claim must be considered equal, valid, as the standard of truth. Well, all except the truth that is Jesus and the Holy Bible, that is. You can be intolerant to that. But Scripture teaches something grounded and firm. Truth isn't clay to be molded into different shapes each and every moment. No, it is a cornerstone to be built upon. As I often write, in one form or another, truth exists whether we approve of it or not. Romans 8:28 reassures us, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him. Even internet trolling. Yeah, believe it or not. So how do we handle these under-the-bridge dwellers? And how do we handle the reaction farmers' constant negativity? Well, we could ignore it. We could block it. But sometimes the better option is to answer gently. Thank you for your opinion. I would just ask that you try offering positive conversation instead of only negative attacks. And if they throw the classic practice what you preach line at you, just smile. None of us succeeds at that perfectly, as is evident in their own life with their trolling. But the request is still good advice. Because here's a truth no atheist, agnostic, troll, pixie, or farmer can escape. People do not obsess over beliefs they think are irrelevant. No one spends their day pounding away at a worldview unless A, they secretly want it to be true, or B, they're desperately trying to bury something their soul already knows. If everything truly were random, if humanity is nothing more than a cosmic accident, then logic, morality, emotion, thought, truth, identity, purpose, and reason all collapse. If the brain is random matter assembled by random chance, then how can trust in one's own reasoning be anything but random illusion? That would mean that their claim of superiority is at its core meaningless, baseless, and not truth. When someone cannot stop commenting, it reveals movement inside them. Not hatred, hunger. Not anger, ache. They know deep down that something is missing, that there is more. And as Dane Cook humorously pointed out, trolls look for reasons to hate, but really what they are mad at is the fact that they are not included in anything ever. Maybe that's the real story. People long to belong. Souls long to connect. Hearts long to be known and loved. And deep down in every human, the soul knows the truth. From weeds to wildflowers, God can turn even bitter words into blessings, and it's almost comical. The reaction farmer thinks they're planting weeds of doubt, weeds of anger, weeds of hurt, but God keeps turning them into wildflowers. They think they are the mosquito buzzing in your ear, right? But God uses them as the alarm clock, waking you up to write, pray, and share the truth. The insult becomes inspiration. The attack becomes testimony. The negativity, it becomes nourishment. And while they may believe they hold power, God holds the harvest. So next time a reaction farmer drops a seed on your page, just smile. They may just be helping write the next chapter of your calling.